with defense. And the lid on the basket still for Cooksey as he was able to get all the way to the rim.
You can tell by his body language that he's got to get his head up. He's right now, his head's dropped. He needs to get an easy one and get moving offensively. He is really struggling, and you can tell by his body language that he is just not getting it done.
Cooksey struggling, but some of his teammates are not from long range. Hicks and Seti piling on the three. Pikeville looking for its first ever men's basketball national title. Mountain State looking for its second since 2004. And you look at the long-range attack for the Pikeville Bears.
You talk about keeping a team in a game, shooting 48% from behind the arc. I mean, Seti is just doing it on both ends of the court. I mean, he's played solid defense. He's rebounded the ball. You know, and then Hicks, one of the top 10 scorers in Pikeville history. I was telling my dad today that we were doing the Pikeville game, and he coached at Thomas More back in the day, Bill Madonna, and coached the guy Donis Butcher, one of the best players ever to come out of Pikeville, played for the New York Knicks. Right now, in years to come, you'll look at Justin Hicks as one of those top 10 players.
Seti has the opportunity to push himself higher in the scoring record books before his time is through. Another giveaway there for Pikeville. 11th turnover against the Bears.
Too much passing in the lane. If you're going to pass, you got to pass and move. Right now, Pikeville, interior passing is great, but you can't pass it to each other when you're right next to each other. I mean, there's just too many people in there. You see, right now, Ellis giving up. There's 3 or 4 guys in the paint. If you don't have it, kick it back out.
See what Hicks and Seti have done in comparison to the rest of the squad. And the reverse layup won't go for Miller, who's back in for Mountain State.
Well, if Cooksey gets it going, this could be an unbelievable game for Pikeville. He is really struggling. And then right there, Nardzuk swatting it away.
Erasing it. Span able to rattle it down.
He thought he got fouled on that too, and I think he might have got hit on the wrist. But Span, you know, you talk about Seti and Hicks. Span and Drungus doing a heck of a job keeping Mountain State in the game.
Span with 14 on 6 of 7 shooting. Seti a little too deep, but Cooksey gets the rebound. Sets up Hankins. Cole won't fall, but he will get to the line.
That was a good rebound by the little guy, Cooksey. And then he's noticed Hankins Cole going to the basket.
Hankins Cole had 11 points in a stretch of 2 minutes and 25 seconds in that monster Bears run of the semifinals. That included a couple of threes and a massive, and I mean massive, tomahawk dunk that had the entire crowd up and on.
And you see Span right there. He talked about how he got fouled. He's got a cut on his arm. Where he got cut. You can see that they're taking him off. They haven't looked at it.
He's also got foul number 4 after that last contact too.
You know, you were talking about Hankins Cole, you know, they were down 15 points with 15 minutes to play, and he just took over the game. I mean, 13 out of those 18 points on the 18-0 run. I mean, this is a team that has so much offensive power. There's not a big enough lead to keep them in check. You've got to make sure you keep the pedal to the metal against the Bears.
Cougar lead at 2. Almost went to 4, but Williams couldn't hit.
How about the big fella?
And calling timeout.
He's too big. He's over the out of bounds line. That was a great hustle by the big fella trying to get a timeout. Good hustle.
7-1 with the save for the timeout. Now hold on a second. They've looked at this and now overruled it and said he did not get the timeout, or maybe more correctly, he fell out of bounds. You would too if you're diving in the corner at 7-1.
Well, his feet are around the foul line, but he's 7-1, and you'll see that his shoulder is out of bounds. That's just great hustle by the big fella.
Yeah, Bob Bolin recognized that his big guy was trapped and was trying to call it as well. And they do not give it to him. It is Pikeville basketball.
You know, you talk about big. He's 7'1", but he's 7 inches smaller than the biggest guy on their team. We'll talk about him when we have a moment. The big fella, Paul Sturgis, 7'8", biggest college basketball player in the country.
Jenkins Cole, short of the jumper. That's Miller engaged there. And the foul going to go against Mountain State. As you look at Sturgis, tallest college basketball player ever. Manute Bowl, 7'7". Kenny George of UNC Asheville recent years was 7'7", but at 7'8", he is an option for Bob Bolin off the bench. He's only played a handful of minutes, though, in this tournament from England.
That's at 265. Bob Bolin said he was at least 3 1/4 as Williams gets straight to the basket. What a great role he has played coming in off the bench to relieve Wiggins. He's a little guy, but he gets it to the basket quick.
Cooksey in the corner. Talked about his struggling shooting. He does have 7 assists, but there's a turnover. Just his second in that category. 3 ball short from Williams. And now a foul call. And that'll be on Williams as he reached in against Seti.
You know, if you look at Cooksey, he's a struggling, and this is one of those deals where he's got to let the game come to him. You heard Coach, he has so much faith in him, but right now he's dropping his head. As you see, Maxwell coming in to replace him. In this game, you need your leader, and right now, his teammates have kept it close. But he's got to get on that bench, get his head together, come back in after the 10-minute mark, and see if he can help his team to victory.
And here's Maxwell, junior from Pensacola, Florida, who will now operate in the point guard spot. Maxwell. Miller fighting for it. Hankins Cole able to get it, lay it up and in.
That's just pure hustle and hard work. Took the ball right away from Miller. Hankins Cole not getting it in the offensive set, but getting it on the offensive rebound. I always say, if you're not touching the ball, find a way to get involved in the offense. That's what he did.
Williams. No good, rebound Seti.
A little bit too much by Williams.
Seti again. Got 3 again.
And they have a lead, and really, Williams trying to do too much at the point guard position. I think that Coach Bolin's going to have to get Wiggins back in the game. But as unbalanced as this offensive attack is, Seti has given the lead here in the second half.
Pikeville in front. And the shove going to get called defensively against the Bears. But offensively, everything's starting to go right. The inside game. Hard work from Hankins Cole. And the smooth shooting stroke of Seti, and Pikeville on top.
In basketball.
Now the folks from Pikeville, Kentucky believe. Bears on top here in the second half by 1. The squad went 13-3 in its league, the Mid-South Conference, finishing a tie for 3rd. But they're the first Mid-South school to reach the final since 2000. And they have the opportunity to bring home the national championship for the first time in school history. On the baseline, now the foul is there.
That's going to be Thornton. That's his 4th. So now Spann has 4 for Mountain State. Thornton just getting back in the game. Ellis will have to come back in for Thornton.
Ryan Washington is seeing some playing time here, 6'7" senior from Philadelphia, with the foul issues on Span, and he's able to send Thornton to the bench. Missed it. And the save by Hankins Cole off of no one, so it belongs back to Mountain State.
Right now, Mountain State has to get something going on the inside. Wiggins has got to take control of this game. Williams tried to take too much control doing it individually. Now Wiggins has to get other people involved. Maybe get Nartsuk involved down low. Try to get an open jump shot, but you gotta run this offense right now because Pikeville back in the game.
Well, Washington says I can do it. Span, the leading scorer in the contest with 14, on the bench in foul trouble. And Washington checks in with his first field goal of the contest. Whitaker on the baseline, entry pass. Ellis kicks it out. Hey, you got to respect it, right?
You have to. Jim Rossetti. He spotted up. He pump fake from the hash mark.
That certainly might be a Jimmer for that range.
But you're right, and you do have to respect that. And I like that Mountain State got out on it. They're playing solid defense, trying to extend out on that three. We talked about that early on. Coach Boland said one of his keys was to extend on the three, but said it just keeps moving back.
Got a stoppage here.
Resetting the shot clock.
I believe that's the case. 10:42 left to go here in this national championship. Jason App, Steve Wolf, glad to have you along here from Kansas City. The NAIA Division I title up for grabs.
Nothing dribble. Well, you saw right there in the lane where Grungy's really putting the pressure on, and then having Washington come over there and give a double team. Check out Coach Wells right now. He said they have not played very good basketball, and they were still down by 5 at half. They momentarily took the lead. Right now, Mountain State trying to put a little bit more pressure on Pikeville.
Drungus. Little heave-leave there for Washington, and it works.
That was just a big, strong play by Washington. He's given them some good, productive minutes off the bench.
Hicks, Seti inside, trying to follow up, and he'll get to the line.
You talk about bench points. You got to look at Ryan Washington. Washington just did a really nice job. 3 guys there in his face, and he takes it up there and uses a backboard. For young kids, it's the easiest way to do it. Use that backboard, and you see Seti going for his career high. He's got 32 points as his career high right now. Seti with 25 points, but still 10 minutes to play.
Adding 26 to that, and he spends so much time outside the arc and hoisting those threes. You forget he's 6'9", he can help you out on the glass. He's got 11 rebounds too.
Yeah, he's done it all. I mean, you know, as far as I'm concerned, his defense, he's made some good defensive plays. Took a charge, had a couple steals.
This was about the time last night that Pikeville exploded. And this was also the time last night that Mountain State got into shutdown mode against Georgetown of Kentucky and put itself in front. Nartsuk there with a second chance bucket.
One of the big keys for Pikeville was rebounding. That time, 3 offensive rebounds for the Cougars. They're using their height, they're using their size inside.
Hicks again has struggled since that opening flurry of 3 balls in the game.
And that just wasn't a good shot. You've got to run the offense. You've got to get the ball inside and then hopefully have the big guy outside Seti open for a jump shot. But now you've given Mountain State a chance just to build their lead. Now they're up by 5.
Wiggins off the window. 9 points for him. And Mountain State suddenly back up 5. The transition opportunities have been few and far between for this Pikeville team that averages over 90 points per game, #1 in the nation in score.
7 on the shot clock. This is as far down at the shot clock I've seen.
And it's Seti who pulls the trigger, misses it all, and that's a shot clock violation.
That really was not a good possession. You know, conversely, Mountain State is doing a nice job of running their offense. And watch this, just blows by Cooksey and Seti and gets straight to the basket. Gives his Cougars a 5-point lead.
So the shot clock expires, and Bob Poland, his team defensively, tightening up after Pikeville took the lead. Blocked there by Ellis and collided with Drungus on the way by. Ellis underneath and foul.
That was good hustle by Drungus and also Ellis. Ellis blocked the shot and then sprinted down the court to get an open attempt at the basket, only to be fouled by Drungus.
So Ellis will get to the line. 10-point effort for the junior from Lynchburg, Virginia, in the semifinal round.
Not a good free throw shooter. Only shoots 33% on the year. You know, in a close game like that, you look at free throw percentage. Pikeville is shooting it at around 71, where Mountain State is around 68.
Makes 1 of 2, and in this game, Pikeville only at 50% from the line, 7 of 14.
Yeah, and they're starting to get there a little bit more than they did in the first half. That was one problem I think they had, was they were not aggressive enough getting to the basket.
Tight game here, second half in Kansas City.
This
32 teams with 31 games in 1 week to decide a national champion, and that final game now down to the final 8 minutes here. And the championship trophy awaits the winner between Pikeville of Kentucky and Mountain State of West Virginia, trying to bring home an NAIA Division I national championship, called the toughest college basketball tournament in America, and trying to win a 5th game in a week to grab that trophy and take it home either to Kentucky or to West Virginia.
And right now, I think that the big key for Pikeville is going to be Cooksey. Cooksey's got to get his head together, and he's got to finish out the last 7 minutes. And for Mountain State, it's got to be that guy, Wiggins. He's got to get his team under control. As you see Washington get another big basket inside.
Washington has delivered off the bench, now 3 of 4 from the floor, 6 points since he checked in.
Cooksey is 0 for 8, 3 points. He's 3 of 6 from the free throw line. He has 7 assists, but he needs to take control of this game.
Seti out of control, offensive foul.
It's a nice take inside, and who is it? It's Washington once again, taking the offensive foul. You talk about guys coming off the bench and giving you some energy. Look at number 14, the 6'7" senior playing in his last game.
Second foul on Seti. Washington, we talked about who tonight would show up off the bench for either team and be a factor. Well, it's been number 14 in blue for Mountain State. Look at the shooting percentage. Pikeville has dipped in the last couple of minutes to drop under 40%. Three-point land, though, they're still pretty solid. With the points of the paint, a dominant edge for the Cougars.
That was a bad pass by Wiggins. He got caught in a trap and threw it really high to Washington. Washington not able to corral it. A 6-point game. See if Hankins, Cole, and Cooksey can get something going here.
Whitaker looking for help and finds it from Hines. He'll attack and get to the line. The 6'2" junior transfer from St. Augustine University for Pikeville. Not seen a ton of time, only averages 4 points, 2 rebounds per game, but looking to help the Bears pull a little closer here in the final 7 minutes. This Pikeville team is kind of played out of its comfort zone seemingly the entire night, and yet they found ways to stay within striking distance.
But you got to give Mountain State a lot of credit defensively. They have really been the aggressive defensive team, and they've taken Pikeville out of their comfort zone. You know, and that's what they've taken Cooksey right out of the game. I think Wiggins has done a great job, along with Williams, defending Cooksey and keeping him out of the paint. And that was one of the big keys that Coach Boland told us before the game.
Spann is back in with the 4 fouls for Mountain State. And now another turnover there. Is Drungus, and Wiggins could not keep it in bounds. Cooksey will try it from deep. And they're going to get Hankins Cole coming over the back. Or check it. They'll get Hines over the back.
You know, Cooksey, if they win this game, despite the way he is playing, I mean, that's a credit to this team. But right now, that is not a good shot to take. You know, as the point guard, they have, you know, Hicks, they have Maxwell, they have Cooksey that run the point. Somebody's going to come in here and run this team and help them get some good half-court offense.
Seti has returned as Thornton exits. You can understand, though, why he's trying to do that, because he feels like he's not done enough to help, but difficult for a player to realize he can help out in other ways.
Well, and like we said, you know, the stopping the penetration, the #1 key for the Cougars, and they've just done a great job. You got to find, whether it's off a pick or whether it's doing something else. Maybe it's not scoring, but he has not gotten any easy looks at the basket.
He's out for the moment as well, with Hicks back in, and the turnover for Pikeville. They've coughed it up 15 times in the game, but now Mountain State has given it right back. They've got 10 giveaways.
When you come down in this offense and you're up 5 with 6 minutes to play, you need to run something. And that time right there, Williams came down and got the ball over to Washington. It was very out of sync. You got to slow down and run some half-court offense.
Cooksey has returned here for Hines, and he's ready to inbound it and get it back and try to come up court and lead his team to a national championship.
And he's got the quickness right now, playing against Drungus. He can get the ball to the basket, and he's got to do it via the dribble or trying to get the ball inside to Hankins.
Quincy turns and foul.
Right then, Hankins Cole, he had the defender right on his back. Is that Spann? If that's Spann, he's...
That's on Drungus.
Oh, they're called Drungus. I was going to say, because that's Spann, that's his 5th. But you saw man-on-man coverage on Hankins Cole. There's nobody in this tournament that guard him man-on-man. It's a good look by Cooksey getting inside.
Hankins Cole, 2 of 3 from the line tonight. 85% shooter from the line in the tournament. That's up from 66% in the regular season.
And from the first game where he did not score, the rest of the way he's had double-doubles, including tonight. And he's got 11 points, 11 rebounds. He's the man in the low block.
Unseeded Pikeville trying to pull its 5th straight surprise in this tournament. It's the 3rd seed from Mountain State, and right now the opportunity to tie it with a 3.
Right now, you know, Hankins Cole has Spann on him, who's got 4 fouls. As you see, a great drive into the basket, but going against some trees inside, not able to convert.
Super silky move on the way back by Williams.
I'll tell you, Williams has come in the game, and sometimes he over-penetrates, but that time, that was a big bucket now. It gives him a 5-point lead. But right now, the matchup is Hankins-Cole, guarded by Spann. You've got to try to exploit that, because Spann, I think, is a big hog